Alright, good morning peeps. We are here at K1 Speed for this karting event. It is super early in the morning and your boy doesn't do good with mornings. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a nice karting event. A lot of good friends here, exciting times and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to hop to it. I'm going to give you a tour around the track, show you what's here, and go from there.
What's going on, crew? Future Gerald here. And yeah, this is K1 Speed. This is their indoor facility in Toronto. This is a 10-turn complex. They use electric go-karts, which are super fast accelerating, and you don't walk away with a giant headache at the end of the day. So we're here for a Pinnacle Advanced Driving Academy karting day. It was a ton of fun. K1 Speed even has this whole like podium set up here, and they even have like a arcade and whatnot. So this place is kind of built for everyone. So as long as you like to drive, you'll have a blast there. So we start off the day with immediately breaking a go-kart. Hopped in this thing and it immediately had zero response to it. Guy here is frantically trying to fix it up for me, but it just wasn't going to happen. So I was told to hop into another go-kart. Totally forgot that I had my valuables on me, so I didn't want to dump that on the track. Handed that off to my good buddy John. You'll be seeing him again in the video. But yeah, they brought me to the back of the line and I got this gem number 4. So got myself all situated up to go right back on the track.
There's nothing in there, don't worry.
John trying to take off with all my valuables, but I'm not too worried. And right away, you'll notice this has an interesting noise coming from the steering. I'll let you listen. It was interesting. It was like very stiff steering. It felt kind of crunchy to turn it, not gonna lie. So right now I'm just trying to get as much space away from everyone else so I can just kind of heat up the tires, get a good feel for what it's like to be in these go-karts again, and then that way I can just throw down a couple laps. So now I'm throwing down my first lap, and I'm going to apologize here. I almost slide into this guy here, but I have a tendency with karting to put my head down just to kind of create myself to be a little bit lower. Not too sure why I do that, but it creates a horrible camera angle, so I'm going to make sure in the future that that's not going to happen. Probably mount the camera a little bit differently. But anyways, we'll get back to the driving here. Now I'm trying to sort myself back out. Get a feel for everything. I know now that the leaders are probably catching me, so I can't really take too much time to try to warm up everything. Let a gentleman by here because I just don't want to hold up anyone on their quality lap. And take a good note of the cart number in front of us. It'll be important later. Alright, and now I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, oh, I let him pass and he didn't have too much pace on me. I was actually catching him here. I actually thought I was being caught at this point, so I kind of backed off. I'm checking over my shoulder to see if there's anyone there. Sure enough, around here I'm starting to realize that there isn't, and that blue flag was actually to let me by. So now I put myself back in attack mode, trying to go for the fastest lap here, and very odd choice of line there. Almost caused a collision, but he does let me by here. And yeah, I put my head back down and try to push for a lap. I suspect he's going to be right on me again, so I'm not going to relax too much. I'm thinking I gotta get it done in this lap, so I'll try to throw down as quick of a time as possible. For this turn here, I just tapped the brake ever so slightly to get it turned in. Grabbed a little bit too much brake there, and even here too. And I just lost the back end of it. I was finding this kart really hard just to kind of modulate the brake on. It was either on or off, and it made for a very tricky driving situation. You couldn't really rely on the kart the way you want to. So I saw the yellow there, started slowing down. The gentleman behind me did not, but it is all good. I think at this point someone developed an issue with their cart, so we had to wait for a restart. And here we go. Yeah, that steering, all that noise is the steering rack, guys, and
after the corral you buy.
it felt as crunchy as it sounds. Now again, I'm trying to get my fast lap in, so I just want to make sure everyone's by me, so all I can do is focus on the lap. So around this turn, I let the guy behind me by. And now I got a decent pocket of open track. I'm going to try my best to get as much heat in. Now I'm just swerving the cart pretty belligerently, but sometimes it's what you got to do to get heat in these things. Don't want to wipe out in this corner again, so I take it a little easy. And I'm trying to set myself up as best as possible for the next lap. Get a little drift there. Heads down, that means I'm trying, and here's the fastest lap. You see that little tap of the brake, that's all I really wanted initially. Little too sideways there. And we're coming across the line. So 24.167. It is not a rocket fast lap, to be honest, but at this point I'm going to take it. It's probably the best way to do. Hoping here that I can do better, and I just get too sideways, and I kind of toss away that lap. Another issue happened on the track, so they threw the yellow. Basically, after this yellow, we got a couple more laps, and I just had an issue with the cart. It definitely was down on power. I didn't know if their reset after the yellow caused some issues, but definitely couldn't get the same speed. So here we're just watching my buddy John I was telling you about before just do one of his qualifying laps, and just watching how smooth he is around the track. You can see he's quickly catching the gentleman in front of him. I know that guy as well. You'll see him later in the video. He was having issues with that cart as well. So John quickly closing the gap there. This is John's fastest lap right here. And now is formation lap time. So now we are starting our first race. So the first bit you saw there was a 12 lap qualifying. Here we're going to have a 12 lap race, and then the final race is going to be a 14 lap race. For this race we actually got a different cart. You can tell it's not super creaky in the steering, and just from my formation lap I can feel already that this cart feels a lot better. So we're going to have the green flag in just a second here. And I get a good start, trying to hop along, and I get absolutely crunched against the wall there. And I'm like, okay, well, that sucked. And then it happens again. So now I'm a little frustrated, so I'm just going to say, you know what, let's push, let's try to get that spot back, and get it back in that turn now. And now I'm just on a mission to hunt down first place, so pushing and pushing here. And actually, I want to hop back here. We have an external view of the first lap, courtesy of John, so let's see how this went. Couldn't help myself but put the Mario Kart sound in, but he does a really odd line there. He comes in, then out, then in, and he basically opened the door just to close it on me again, which was odd choice. I don't know if he thought I was just going to try to go around the outside, but either way, get the pass done here. And now I am pushing as hard as possible just to get away from the pack and catch first, because I don't want first to get away from this. So yeah, coming on the lap 2 here. Again, sorry for the head down camera angle, but you can see the feet and steering wheel at work there. And you can kind of look at the very top. You see that I'm quite rapidly catching first here, which definitely caught me off by surprise. I didn't think we were gonna have that big of a difference here. Our line choice through a lot of this was different, so I was gaining a lot in certain corners, and you can hear I'm tapping the brakes early just to avoid contact. See him go in then out, so again he tries to do that whole in and out thing again. Basically opened the door for me, and I just quickly went for it to get myself in, and now we're in first. And from here on out, I just put the pedal to the metal. I kept my head down and try to drive as clean as possible, little errors as possible. Try not to kill the momentum of the cart. A little drift there. And so that's lap 4. We're going to hop ahead here to lap 11. And this was the fastest lap of race 1. And 22.966. So to get into the 22s is it's a pretty tough thing to do here at this track with these cars. So I knew it was definitely moving and everything felt good, so I was really happy about that. And I'm glad I just got that done just before the end of the race. And there you have it. So that's race 1 done, and definitely excited, definitely happy about how that went. The first couple of laps were a bit hairy, but once I was able to get away from the guy that wasn't first, it was just up to me to drive real clean. So happy I got that done, throwing up the peace signs there. We're going to hop directly into race 2. So race 2 was 14 laps, so a little bit longer. And because we finished in first, now I have the inside on this turn. So getting a start is crucial to me. Doing a little shoulder check to make sure that there's no one else there. And I overcook it into that turn, trying to get away from everyone, forgetting that these tires are cold. And go-kart tires, when they get cold, they get slick. So now I'm just trying to manage everything, not slide the cart around too much, just make sure that I can get through nice and clean. I'm gonna give it a lap or two before I really start putting any energy into the tires here. But you can just hear them, they're squealing away. A little drift into there. And overcooked it into there, slapping my leg, knowing that I just messed that up and telling myself to smarten up, keep your line straight. And I'm not driving the greatest right now. I'm overcooking a lot of these turns. I think I'm trying to push a little bit too hard, thinking that some of the faster guys from last race are now going to be right behind me. So I'm pushing as hard as I can in some of these turns where I need to be a little bit more, have a little bit more finesse. Got a little bit better in that corner, not sliding around too much. So we're just going to hop ahead to lap 11 here. And I'm actually catching some lap traffic here. You saw my hand there going up, trying to let the marshals know that this is not someone I'm trying to race for position. This is traffic. And sure enough, the gentleman knows I'm there, lets me by. Didn't hold me up too much. I think I lost maybe a couple seconds there at the most, but nothing too bad. And really getting into a rhythm. I know we're getting close to the end of this race, but I'm getting into a rhythm. Everything's feeling really good. I'm now starting to realize I don't need to be as cautious as I was at the beginning of the race. Everything's nice and warm, feels good. Brakes are working exactly how I want them to. So now I'm starting to think I'm going to try to push on the last lap here. I see the white flag is about to go up on the straight there, so now I'm thinking it's attack mode, see what I can do. So here's going to be the fastest lap of race 2. At 22.912. Our buddy Eddie, even impressed with that time. I'm impressed with that time. Obviously, I didn't know at this point, but real happy about that. And there's Valor, our buddy I was telling you about before. This guy is lightning fast in the kart, and he was definitely catching me. That's what he was telling me right there. He was catching me, and I definitely wasn't the most consistent throughout this race, but I was able to put down the fastest time of the race. So now we're at the award ceremony for our race.
In second place, Val.
Okay. You gotta need a bigger house.
And first place, Smoking Time, Gerald.
And I'm hiding my Jeremy Clarkson's mug face underneath that mask right now. It's been a while since I've won any type of race trophy or anything like that in real life, so I'm elated that I was able to put it together for this karting event. And yeah.
Alright peeps, we are done for the day. We had 2 sprint races and a qualifying. It was really good. My qualifying kart definitely was not the greatest, but the kart I had for the races was perfect. Felt tight, did everything I wanted it to do, and got a little bit of hardware with it too. So I love this place, K1 in Toronto. I couldn't recommend it more to anyone. They have tons of flexibility with events and stuff like that, and yeah, really fun. Really recommend it. If you're in the area, just go out and do it. It's a blast.
And a big thank you to Pata for hosting this event. Really great crew. I'm going to leave a link below to their website if you guys want to give it a check. Yeah, ton of fun. Had a blast today. Really picked up the pace throughout the day, so I'm really happy about that. And I'm going to cut away here. I actually ended up with the 3rd fastest time of the day. Pretty surprised with that. So K1 Speed, check it out. Take care, guys.